All right, guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video, what we did is we actually did everything locally because now we need to start testing our API requests, and we can't do that with Sandbox. So all you have to do is create a new folder and install Express and Axios and NodeMon, and do npm init-y to create a package JSON file, and just open up this directory, create an index.js just like our other app inside your source file, and just add that code right on in. In addition, one thing you want to update to your package JSON file is this script that I added right here, which is a start script. So when we run npm start, it will run NodeMon from our source index.js file. Those are the only two different things that you need to update for this to work locally. In addition to that, we removed our body parser because that's now deprecated, and we can just use express.json directly off the express object. All right, so we say app.use express, call the JSON method. And it says here, returns middleware that only parses JSON and only looks at requests where the content type header matches the type option. And that's going to become important when we use POSTMAN. So POSTMAN is a way for you to test your API requests, to build them, to test them, to develop them, and to mock different environments with your requests. And so what we're going to do is we're going to create a new request right now. So let's click on new. And what we want to do is just a basic HTTP request. And the really cool thing about POSTMAN is that it works with all languages. You can do this with GraphQL as well, and I'll show you guys how to do that in a later video. So what we're doing here is we're doing a post request to our local host server. Now, if you go back to our code, I have it listening on a very specific port. It is listing on port 8080. So that is where I need to make my post request to. Also, going back to our code, where did I give that parameter, that URL? Remember our first diagram. This is why you needed to remember, okay, where am I posting this data? Where am I getting this data? Where am I parsing it from? Well, I'm parsing it directly from my uploads URL. So going back here to our type of request, we want to do post. Sorry, I didn't update. Okay, there we go. So we want to do post, and then we want to do localhost 8080/uploads. All right. So go to headers, and you'll see here that by default, some of these headers are already set up, like host, user agent, connection, and content type. These are default headers that appear to be set up already. If you've been using Postman, then it'll be set up. So we need to also make sure that our content type JSON header is there. I don't see it. So let's see. Is it there? It should be there automatically. All right. So we'll just say content type. And we'll say application/JSON. All right. Just had to make sure that that was there so that when we make our request, it will actually read the JSON there. All right. And for our body, we want to do raw. So click on raw, and notice how you can click GraphQL. You can click so many different options. So we want to choose the JSON option. That's the one we want. And what we want to pass in is just a JSON object. That's our content type. So what type of output are we expecting on this post method? So we're going to call it title, and we're going to say Title is going to be, wait, it went down 2 lines. Sorry. Hold on 1 second. Let's go back. Okay. Title. And the title is going to be Joe Rogan. All right. All right, there we go. So let's click send and see what happens. All right, and you can see here, we got a body back with an ID. So our request sent back a body. Remember that request.body that we set up right here? See how we destructured that title property off of the request.body. Now, we also passed in to that upload an ID. So we passed in an ID and a title. So we generated our ID right here with random bytes, and we passed in that ID to that upload parameter as well as the title. And then we called the status, which would be success, and then we sent that upload ID array or object with an ID and a title right here. And we can see right here in Postman that it actually went through. So this is a quick and easy way to test your requests locally to make sure that they're actually working. In the next video, we're going to set up the comment service. We're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to send a sample comment, and then we're going to try to communicate these services from one to another. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.